There are many buildings on university campuses across this country named for donors, presidents, and public figures, but very few, if any, are named after an artist whose music became part of the soundtrack of American life. That makes today even more special. So good afternoon. It's all right. This is a celebration, right, Mr. Owen? Welcome to this special ribbon-cutting ceremony for the Randy Owen Center. And I know we have still part of the family going to come in. That's these seats up here, so when they come in, don't be alarmed. I want to take a moment to thank all who've worked very hard to get us here today. That's including Dr. Harmon and her team. I know she's here somewhere. Dr. Shelton and everyone in academic affairs, especially Dr. Tim Lindblom, Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Sciences. And a big thank you to Emily Duncan and her team here at the Randy Owen Center. It will not shock you that Ms. Duncan is working somewhere. I also want to thank our construction partners, our project management partners, and our architects. If they're here, just wave your hand, everyone. Yes, thank y'all. It's been a long road, but we're here, right? We're here. It looks great. I want to thank all the elected officials that are here. If you're an elected official, please stand. I see our local city council and mayor, our county commissioner, our state senator, our representatives from the delegation. So we have a lot of those here, and I appreciate your support of this institution. Mr. Owen, we finally have a place where our students' talents can be displayed. And we have a place where students can learn how to record and even perform their talents. And that has been worth the wait, right? Yes. Mr. Owen, I wonder when you showed up here in JSU in 1971, could you have ever dreamed of this moment? No. I did pull your transcript today just to make sure. He did graduate. You'll have to, who's the teacher that told you maybe recording was not for you? Ethel Reeves. Well, she's smiling now, I'm sure. I hope that you and your family are proud of the opportunity that the Rock affords to all of our students, faculty, and staff. Hopefully the next Randy Owen or Dr. Riley Green or Dr. Jamie Johnson, Dr. Gordon Moat will come out of this facility and conquer the world. All of us here at Jacksonville State University are proud to have your name on this wonderful facility, and we cannot wait to open it to the public in glorious fashion tomorrow night. It is my pleasure to introduce the President of the Student Government Association, Ms. Bethany Stutes, to bring remarks on behalf of the students. Ms. Stutes.
Good evening, everyone. Today, we are not simply opening a building. We are opening a space that will become part of countless memories, traditions, and moments that students will carry with them long after graduation. The Randy Owen Center represents opportunity, community, and the continued growth of Jacksonville State University. As SGA president, I have the privilege of representing our student body, and I can confidently say students are excited about what this center means for campus life. As for me personally, this moment carries even more meaning. As a proud marching Southerner, I know firsthand the power of music, tradition, and performance, and how it can bring people together. There is something special about stepping onto a field or stage and feeling the energy of a crowd united by school pride. I'm excited to perform in this incredible space and watch it come alive with the spirit and sound that makes Jack State so special. Because of this, the center is more than walls and seats. It will hold cheers, celebrations, and moments that remind us why being part of this university means so much. To everyone who helped make this vision possible, thank you. Thank you for believing in students, investing in our future, and creating something that will serve Gamecocks for years to come. Lastly, as we celebrate this exciting new chapter, I invite everyone to imagine all the moments still to come within these walls. Because the best part of this story isn't what we have built today, it's what we'll create together tomorrow. Thank you, and go Gamecocks.
Thank you, Madam President. It's my pleasure to introduce the Speaker of the Alabama House of Representatives. Most of you know him as Representative Nathaniel Ledbetter, but I think the Owen family would call him dear friend, as would this institution. We also have another title for him here as well. It's Dr. Nathaniel Ledbetter. So we have a whole bunch of doctors here next to Jamie Johnson over there. But Mr. Speaker, we appreciate all that you've done for Jacksonville State University, and we're proud that you're here to help us open this building. So please help me welcome the Speaker of the House, Nathaniel Ledbetter.
First of all, let me say what an honor it is to be here today on this special occasion. And I was thinking as I was sitting there, I've often heard the word character is what you do when nobody's looking. And to me, that depicts Randy Owen. You know, he does a lot of things that nobody ever knows about. He helps and supports a lot of people that nobody ever finds out about. And for the university and for Kelly and for, I know Randy Jones had a lot to play with this, to put together something this spectacular to honor Randy and what his legacy is and will continue to be, to me is they couldn't have built it big enough. I mean, because that's what you've meant to this state and to this, our part of the country. And it's kind of like I'd heard an excerpt of what Teddy Gentry had said one time that Alabama had done so well as a band, they actually named the state after it. So we're glad that that has happened. And certainly God has blessed all of us for being a part of it, Randy. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate your friendship. You and Kelly, it means much to me and Teresa. And you know, I was thinking just a few minutes ago when y'all were coming in, Randy, we were at the State House, I guess a couple of years ago, and Randy had stopped me at the door. He said, "You know, you're blessed." I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "You got a good wife that's followed you around and done everything that you've wanted to do." And I said, "Randy, you ain't got nothing to talk about. You got a great wife too. That's been a..." Yeah, I dare say, and I think Randy would probably be the first one to tell you this, if there wasn't a Kelly Owen, it probably would be a Randy Owen. That's where he's at today. And, you know, it's amazing to me to see the character of this man and the love he has for his Lord, his family, and his community. You know, when he loves Jacksonville State. But he does things nobody knows about. He talked to me one time about he was real concerned about the future, of what farming looked like in the future, because he was afraid young kids wasn't taking advantage of the opportunities they had. So he talked to me about that. And we actually went back and was able to get the funding to pay for FFA members to become members in the state. And we went from 12,000 FFA members to today, we've got almost 35,000. And that's because Randy was always looking out for the younger people in the future. And I think this building speaks volumes of that. You know, what will come out of this for generations to come will change lives. There's children that hadn't been born in this state today that will receive an education and learning from this facility that will change people's lives. Maybe not on the big scale like Randy's been able to do, but change their communities. So, Randy, when they asked me to come and say a few words, it was kind of hard. Last week I had a chance to speak to the commencement at Northeast, and we had probably 2,500 people there, but it's harder for me to find words today because you guys are special to us. And we just want you to know that. But you're special to a lot of people. You know, what you've brought not only to Alabama and to the Southeast, but to this country, but to Northeast Alabama. And to a little place called DeKalb County. I remember when we did the groundbreaking, Randy told me, so, you know, we hadn't done too bad for two little boys from DeKalb County. You know, Randy hadn't done too bad for an old boy from Alabama and from Fort Payne. We love you. We love what you mean. We love what you have meant for this community, for this state, for this country. And man, we've only just begun. So God bless you. And this is a great day for Jacksonville State University. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The university could not have started this building or this construction project without the foresight and the authority by the Board of Trustees. And we actually have a few emeriti trustees here and a former president, Dr. Meehan. But to bring remarks on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I'd like to introduce Mr. Randy Jones, Chairman of the Board.
What a great day. If I get teared up, there's a reason why. Thank you. So Kelly has a handkerchief there. So, matter of fact, I have a picture of my wonderful wife, Deborah, with Randy Owen riding in her lap the whole way down here from there, from the museum 2 weeks ago. And Kelly says, yeah, you're the only woman I'm letting my husband lay with. Of course, it was a cutout. It's a great picture. I'll show it to you. But what a great board, what a great vision. I mean, can you believe we're here and what we have been through? And Kelly and I talked about this when we were going to the Musicians Hall of Fame, get in the car. And they said, we're going to do something. And this is the outcome. And it's fantastic. But I want to introduce what I think is part of the finest board of trustees in the entire state of Alabama, entire system. And what they do, their vision, what we're doing and impacting in people's lives in this community, in this region. We just started an aviation program. It's going to be training future pilots, be around the world. We're kicking that off right now. So that's a big deal right there for us. Baseball team, OVC champs. Ladies softball team, OVC champs. Football team, OVC champs. Bowl winners. We keep winning over here. And then we got the bowling team, national champions. How about that? Right here at Jacksonville State University. We have Clarence Doggett. Clarence, glad to have you here today. Mr. Tony Smoke, over Building and Finance. He's got the fun job. Lori White. Lori from 5 Points is up one of the prettiest farms in the United States. You can go down and see it sometime. And, he also buys most of his bulls from Randy Owen. Julian. Y'all need to buy some Volvo trucks now. It's the man right there, I'm telling you. 9-day same as cash right now. We still got that deal going. Greg Brown. Greg and Mike Succo from Birmingham. What a great board to have them here and support this right here. So Randy Owen started the academic committee on this board. Because he said, hey, what about the students? What about a voice for them? And Dr. Turner, back there, got with Randy and started the wonderful academic committee that he chairs. You know why he chairs it? Because he cares about it. He comes to every meeting prepared, want to know what's going on and what can we do to improve the lives of our students right here. Provost Shelton will tell you the same thing, taking over from Dr. Turner, and what Randy does for this committee. And student safety is number one every meeting we talk about that. So Randy, thank you so much for what you mean on that right there. I called Governor Ivany, and then she called me back and says, Randy, this is Kay Ivy. And I said, no kidding. She goes, and I got you $18 million for the Randy Owen Center. Well, but the rest of the story is I had to go to Nathaniel Ledbetter to get it approved. So thank you, Nathaniel. And all the House members here and members of the Senate that are here, thank y'all so much for making this possible and for it to continue for the future. So I also want to thank, what y'all don't understand is that the process of getting the seed money, then having no money, then having plans for something that could never happen, the First Baptist Church calling. and say, would y'all want to buy this campus? And that's how this whole thing happened. So you want to talk about a God thing? That's a God thing right there. That's how this happened. Is First Baptist Church, us being able to join with them to build this beautiful facility. It's a facility like no other. This is going to train children and adults forever. And when I'm seeing back there Dr. Jamie Johnson, who's here. Jamie, why'd you come to this school? Did you hear that? Best school in the state for music. And also because he was hoping to meet Randy Owen. But again, we just cannot be more humbled for knowing what this is going to mean for generations to come, to have this Randy Owen Center. And they're my family too. And I just can't tell y'all how much we love y'all, what y'all mean to us, the Deborah. And so thank y'all so much for being part of our lives and making us part of your life. What this is going to do for the future, and to this great board of trustees over here, thank y'all for the vision that y'all have.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And now for a special presentation, our local senator, Keith Kelly, I will call him up for that. And Mr. Owen will ask you to come up as well.
Randy, while you're coming up, I'm going to take just a brief moment of special privilege here because I grew up on your music. And I would wake up during the night and open my eyes and I would see Randy Owen. I'd roll over and I would see Randy Owen. Because my wife, we went to the concert and she wore a t-shirt with Randy Owen's face on it. And so every time I'd wake up during the night and she's laying there facing me, I would see you, sir. So you've kind of been in my family a while. You just didn't know it, you know. But no, we grew up on your music. And just like you shaped many of our lives, our generations to come, your humbleness is one thing that I think is a fading tribute. Because my boys were little. They would come up here and they would see you. They would come up and patiently waiting to speak to you or shake your hand. You always took time with them. And it wasn't just them. It was anybody. And so we've never forgotten that. We love you and we're very, very proud of you. And you can't do it without a family. So what I have from the Alabama legislature is a resolution honoring and commemorating the opening of the Randy Owen Center for the Performing Arts at Jacksonville State University. Whereas the Randy Owen Center for the Performing Arts at Jacksonville State University will officially open on May 27, 2026, with a live concert, Randy Owen, Alabama, and Friends, making a significant milestone in the continued growth of higher education and cultural enrichment in the state of Alabama. And whereas the state of the art facility is designed to serve students, faculty, and the broader community by providing opportunities for education, performance, and engagement in the arts while supporting economic development in Northeast Alabama. And whereas the center will serve as a cultural hub for Northeast Alabama, enhancing the quality of life, supporting economic development, and attracting visitors from across the region and beyond. And whereas Randy Owen, a Jacksonville State University alumnus and member of the university's Board of Trustees, is widely recognized as a founding member and the lead vocalist of the legendary country music group, Alabama, one of the most successful bands in country music history, whose distinguished career has brought national recognition to the state of Alabama. And whereas Randy Owen's continued commitment to education, philanthropy, and public service reflects a great credit upon himself and the citizens of this state, and the naming of the Randy Owen Center for Performing Arts honors this legacy, enduring connection to Jacksonville State University and the people of Alabama. Now therefore be it resolved by the legislature of the state of Alabama that we hereby recognize and commend the opening of the Randy Owen Center for Performing Arts at Jacksonville State University and its contributions to education, culture, and economic development in the state of Alabama. Be it further resolved that we hereby honor Randy Owen for his outstanding achievements and his continued dedication to Jacksonville State University in the state of Alabama. Be it further resolved, a copy of this resolution be presented to Jacksonville State University and its Randy Owen as a token of our esteemed appreciation. Thank you.
This is unbelievable to think that this could happen to me, especially growing up the way that I grew up. And I was walking past the window over at what used to be Bibb Gray's, but it's Angel Hall now. And that's where I made my first payment. $800. $800. I'd worked that summer hanging sheetrock, and Teddy had told a lady in Anniston that I was an expert carpet layer. I got to work 2 weeks before I got fired. I didn't know anything about laying carpet. But I did what I had to do to make a few dollars. I got to come here and have some great friends, some great brothers in Pi Kappa Phi, and just had great professors. I only had one asshole. And I'd still like to whip his ass. Mr. He's gone. But no, that it was just so amazing. It's Ethel Reeves, who was my advisor, she was talking to me one day, and she said, "What is it you would like to do?" I said, "Well, I'd like to be a songwriter." And she said, "Well, I want you to sing me a little bit of the song you're working on." Well, I just started working on sorta a song called "Feels So Right." And so I did a little bit of it for her, and I didn't get much of a reaction. But I had the part about, "Whisper to me softly, breathe words upon my skin. No one's near and listening, so please don't say goodbye. Just hold me close and love me. Press your lips to mine. Feels so right." Years went by and I'd gotten successful. I came by to see her and Sarah Adderholt because they were my two favorite teachers, professors. And Ethel told me the true story. She said, "When you walked out of that room that day," I said, "He'll never amount to nothing." Then when I went to talk to the president about graduating absentee, he asked me, he said, "What is it you're going to be doing?" I said, "Well, I'm going to be playing music." He said, "Where at?" I said, "Myrtle Beach, South Carolina." He said, well, what kind of money are you going to be making? I said, I'll be working on tips. He's like, you could tell he did not understand why I'd get a college degree to work on tips. But anyway, I want to thank my fellow trustee members. I thank y'all for being so understanding and so supportive, because this is one more great set of trustees. I love them, I appreciate them, and I'm so thankful that I had support from my wife, Kelly. I met her when she was 15 years old. She looked 25. And I was driving my yellow Camaro. She was sitting on the passenger side, almost. You got that? And I said, by the way, how old are you? She said, 15. I started backing up, turning around. But it all worked out 51 years ago. I'm very thankful that today I have, let's see, how many grandkids? One? I got 6.
Yeah, total 6.
Thank you. Thank you. But I'm very thankful we had 3 wonderful children. They all have college degrees. Allison graduated summa here at Jack State. How many summa graduates do we have? That's what I thought. Raise your hand, Allison. I'm very thankful. I'm very humble. And my wishes and my hopes and my dreams are, I'm getting older, but my wishes are to someday be able to, that some kid will come through here like me, that didn't have a prayer or a pot to piss in. You get nothing like that. They come through this school, and when they leave here, they have a dream. Because if I can make it, anybody can. Because it's been everything in the world that could have happened backwards happened to me, except coming to school at Jack State. I came here running into some good people, great professors. Like I said, I had great, and I mean great professors. You don't take my Spanish class. Dr. Succo, she was the head of the Spanish departments. By the way, Spanish was my minor. English was my major. Science and math? Hell no. My first trigonometry test I took, I made 97. Next test, I made 17. The professor said, Mr. Owen, what happened? I said, I got all those things mixed up. He said, evidently. But this is, by the way, I've been asked to do interviews and stuff like that before this, but my wife would not let me. I don't know, I've never even seen the place except from the outside. All this is a surprise to me. But I will talk to you after this wonderful speech I'm giving. I'm not running for office, as you can tell. But I thank y'all. I thank Jacksonville State University. I was having a wonderful day watching our baseball team, Conference USA. That last home run is really, wasn't that wonderful? And knowing the coach, what a great coach he is. And he told me one thing, he said, there's one thing that's going to be for us this year, is we're going to be aggressive. And they have been. Mr. Coach Kelly, Harper, stand up. This is one you won't have to make a speech. You don't have to charge anybody up, get them excited. But I love you and I appreciate the hard work that you do. I thank everybody that's here today. I thank the student body for making us all proud. Did you see the grade point average for the athletes? How many people actually saw that? It's incredible. It's incredible. So I'm very thankful to be here. I want to say thanks to Governor Ivey. I appreciate the contributions that she's been responsible for. And the Speaker, you're my buddy, always will be. And I thank you. And I look back over here and I see one of the most talented people that I've ever met. Jamie Johnson, one of the most talented people. One of our students. I want to thank my personal manager, Tony. Wave, Tony. Tony believed in Alabama when other people didn't and had forgotten about. I thank Tony and all the efforts he's put into this. I cannot wait to see the band back out on the field after they've been able to rehearse at the Randy Owen Center. It's going to be something special. It is something special. I thank God to be alive. I thank Him for all the blessings. I've been so blessed and so lucky, but mostly blessed is the word I guess I need to use. Been so blessed to be here. I don't know how many more years I got, but this is one day that I'll never forget. I thank y'all very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Owen, and we are sure that this building will turn many dreams into reality, and I can't wait to see that myself. To close us out, I'm going to ask the Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs to come up for some final instructions. Dr. Shelton.
Obviously, all these guys are taller than me, right? Trustee Owen, Kelly, and the entire Owen family, we thank you for all that you mean to JSU and just for the investment that you put into people and the lives that you change every day. Thank you for all that you do. To me, what makes this moment so meaningful is that this building is not simply about bricks, steel, or even performances to come, and I'll talk about that in just a second. It is about the legacy that Trustee Owen is leaving for Jack State. It's about a student from Northeast Alabama whose talent, humility, generosity, and love for people never stop pointing back home. So thank you for your passion, your dedication, and your desire to always see Jax State propel forward. We love you, and we are just so proud to be a part of this, as I told you not long ago. And I do want to mention that I told Trustee Owen just a few weeks ago that we were all so excited about this event, all the things happening this week. And I said, this is the biggest thing we've ever been a part of. And he looked at me, he said, me too. So just know that we have all been very excited about this week. Today, I was going to mention the entire lineup, but I'm going to mention just a few of the performances that we already have scheduled as the inaugural season, the 26-27 season for the Randy Owen Center for Performing Arts. There will be more events to come, and for the press here, please get with some of our staff to get a full release on all of the events. On July 25th, we welcome the voice behind Man of Constant Sorrow, the Dan Tominski Band. On August 13th, we celebrate Throwback Thursday with Sixpence, None the Richer, and Augustana. And then October 4th, Good Witch, Bad Witch, the Broadway Witches, and this will be performers from the Broadway Company of Wicked, along with master classes for our students. There are lots of other exciting events November all the way through April, and on April the 10th, we welcome from Austria the Vienna Girls Choir. So as you can see, we have lots of things planned. We will also host educational field trip performances for students across our region, including the Magic School Bus, Lost in the Solar System on October 22nd, and Rosie Revere, Ada Twist, and Iggy Peck, the Questionnaires on February 12th, 2027. And as you all know, we will be serving as the home to many outstanding performances and events from the David L. Walters Department of Music, including the Ballerina Showcase, Southerners Holiday Concert, Bandorama, all of those things, and we will provide you with those dates. As you can see, this truly is a transformational moment, not only for Jax State, but also for arts, for education, and for this entire region. Stay tuned because tickets go on sale June 15th to the general public. Also, you may know that our Rock Grand Opening events continue for 2 more days. We have 2 more days of celebration after today. The concert for tomorrow is already sold out, so we hope if you wanted tickets, you were able to secure those. On Thursday, we will have general public guided tours for the Rock. That will be from 11 to 1, and then a free documentary screening at 6 p.m. And if you have questions, our staff here today can answer this. At this time, we are now going to invite members of the media to conclude coverage as soon as we finish the ribbon cutting. And I know Trustee Owen said he would be glad to speak with you. We do appreciate your presence today and your continued support of Jacksonville State University and the arts. For those invited guests that remain, we want you to stay in the lobby and reception area immediately following the ceremony and the ribbon cutting, because as Trustee Owen said, this is his first time seeing the building. So we want to give him and his family time to progress through, tour the facility while others mingle here, and then we will begin tours for everyone else who is interested, and then we will move to the documentary this evening at 5-ish. So just hold tight, we're almost there. If you have any other questions or concerns about any of the events over the next 2 days, we're glad to assist you. We have staff all around the building. Thank you all again for being part of this historic day at Jax State that not only Trustee Owen will never forget, but we won't either. Thank you.
Who do I need up here? I need the trustees up front with the Owen family.